Thank you for stopping by to check out our latest video. Please give the video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. Okay, let's jump right in. Let's set the scene. It's the year 2002, more and more people are playing video games, and as if to follow suit, the industry releases more and more incredible titles. Gamers are given Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, Metroid Prime, Kingdom Hearts, and Resident Evil, just to name a few. Action stealth games were also big in the early 2000s. Hitman and Metal Gear Solid in particular took the grandstand as the champions of the genre at this time. Until 2002 came along and Ubisoft joined the fray with their very own action stealth game, Splinter Cell. We were introduced to Sam Fisher, an NSA Black Ops agent who's more than just a brooding exterior. Fans immediately fell in love with the character's cynical and often sarcastic demeanor. He was different from your typical loudmouth, trigger-happy action protagonist of the time. Although his actions and capabilities weren't exactly relatable, his humanity was. Fast forward to 2020, and Splinter Cell has become one of Ubisoft's flagship franchises. The series has spawned 7 games over 11 years, all receiving generally positive praises aside from a few bumps here and there. The games were particularly noted and praised for rebranding the stealth genre, for their phenomenal use of lighting effects in the early games, and their themes and story. Apart from rumors and hearsay, it's been about 8 years since we've last heard official news regarding a new Splinter Cell title. Which is a shame because if there's one intellectual property Ubisoft needs to develop for the next generation consoles, it's Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. Let me tell you why. Throughout the run of the Splinter Cell series, there's always one thing every single game has done. It places Sam Fisher's journey forward by placing him in hostile, sometimes foreign and difficult situations. He goes from a top Black Ops agent to becoming a double agent, to being forced to be on the run from the very organization he once worked for, to finally leading his very own squad. Our main character has found and lost significant attachments along the way. And whatever your opinions are on some of the Splinter Cell titles over the 11-year run, there's one thing you can't deny. Sam Fisher's story is always moving forward. These challenges that our beloved hero had to overcome have made him one of the most complex and dauntless characters in all of gaming. Ubisoft needs to develop a new Splinter Cell title for the next generation consoles because Sam Fisher's story isn't over yet. At least not this chapter of his life, considering how the last game ended. If that's not enough, Ubisoft needs to develop a new Splinter Cell title because we still want to see more of Sam Fisher. Every time a Splinter Cell game gets released, something new always gets added, whether it be new combat movements, stealth skills, or technological integration. The next Splinter Cell game can play around with this and give our main character new toys to play with. While we'll still welcome those iconic favorites such as the trifocal night vision goggles, Ubisoft could add new elements to the franchise that'll make Sam Fisher more badass than he already is. An upgraded, more technologically advanced version of the SC-20K perhaps? New additions can also be implemented on the multiplayer end of the game. Its popular Spy vs. Mercenary mode, which was introduced in the second game and once again made a return in Splinter Cell Blacklist, was applauded by fans. Its use of co-op campaign missions was also received positively. Perhaps a new game could do something similar while also adding something new to the fold. Maybe they can implement an RPG element where a player can create their very own character to play with online. Maybe even a Battle Royale mode where players are pitted against each other in an arena for a free-for-all deathmatch. Whatever the case, new things can be done on Splinter Cell's offline and online platforms. It will be such a shame to just leave a franchise this successful and positively received just gathering dust. I don't want a new Splinter Cell game, said no one ever. Fans have been calling for a new Splinter Cell game, and Ubisoft's silence on the matter has only made the calls of the fans even louder. Ubisoft has been leaving hints and nods here and there, putting references of Splinter Cell on other titles such as Assassin's Creed Odyssey, The Division, and more spectacularly in a DLC of Ghost Recon Wildlands where Sam Fisher himself appears. One can only hope that we'll hear something about it in the coming months. Until then, I'm sure the fans will be keeping their eyes peeled for an official statement. Thank you so much for checking out our video. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a like and be sure to subscribe and also hit that notification button to be updated on our latest videos.